Which is the best EV car to buy in Kenya today? I'm going to differentiate them into two groups. We've got the plug-in hybrids and we've got the non-plug-in hybrids. What's the difference between these two cars? When you talk about the plug-in hybrids, they come with an electric charging port. That goes without saying that you have to plug them into a source of electricity for you to charge the battery pack. When we talk about the non-plug-in hybrids, they don't come with an electric charging port. However, they charge the battery pack through regeneration, specifically regenerative braking system. Now, these two cars, which one is best suited for you? I'm going to start with the plug-in hybrid one. If you're situated within town, or maybe you're doing city commute, maybe you live along Gong Road, you work in CBD, or maybe Thika Road, Mombasa Road, I mean the city environs, then the plug-in hybrid is best suited for you. Why do I say that? Once you charge the battery pack, it gives you a range of 50 to 60 kilometers. That means if you're covering 20 kilometers to and fro, in a day that's 40 kilometers, that means you can entirely survive on the electric charge of the car. You don't have to use any fuel in that car. That best suits for you. Another thing about plug-in hybrids, understand one thing, city life thrives with a lot of traffic. There's a lot of traffic. Sometimes the cars are just driving slowly. Sometimes you cannot hard accelerate. Plug-in hybrids thrive on that. That is because very little electric charge is used when the car is moving slowly. However, when you accelerate, the electric charge gets depleted very much faster. Let me talk about the non-plug-in hybrids. The non-plug-in hybrids, they don't have a very huge range like the one I've talked about, the plug-in. They have a slightly lower range in terms of kilometer when the pack is charged. And now you may ask me, I do long distances. Which car should I go for? Here's the answer. Go for a non-plug-in hybrid, specifically the Nissan Note e-Power. Why am I specific to this car? Understand one thing. Nissan Note e-Power is a marvel in itself. By a marvel, I mean one thing. Yes, it's got an ICE, that is the internal combustion engine that runs on petrol, but acts as an onboard generator. It's an onboard generator that now is used to propel the motor that produces electricity that runs the car. So basically, you're running on electric charge. So for any long distances, you're well sorted out. I know previously I did a video and I called out hybrids as money pits. And believe me, my stand has not changed. The reason as to why I call hybrids as money pits is specifically if you are in rural areas. I mean, rural Kenya, the likes of Chicago, the likes of Ronyanzas, the likes of the interior of Kerugoya and the Iten, those interior places in Kenya. You go for a hybrid, I will tell you without any apology that it is a money pit. Why is that so? Number one, you will have less access to services. You want to service this car, services are not available within your locality. Another thing, when it comes to technical know-how, you cannot be sorted out in the rural areas. For any slight inconvenience, you'll have to drive to Nairobi. For any slight inconvenience, and in the worst case scenario, you will have to tow your car to the city. However, for people who live maybe in Thika, Nairobi, these major cities or around the city environs, they're really enjoying these cars. Believe me, that is because services are easily accessible and also technical know-how is easily accessible. So in case of anything, they just rush, get their cars fixed, and they're good to go. However, if you're in the interior parts of Kenya, kindly be patient. I'll give you a very good example. Personally, I'm from Kirinyaga, and in a place called Kutus, the Kutus Kemunye route, they invested in Sienta hybrids. I can assure you, right now as we talk, more than 50% of the cars are grounded due to mechanical issues. The issues arose, but then there was no expert around. There was no technical know-how that could actually have the cars fixed. So that results into the cars getting grounded. But for people within Nairobi, you're well sorted. So what you should do is this. If you're in the interior parts of Kenya, wait for at least 2, 3, or 5 years when people like me will be brave enough to now go and open maybe a hybrid shop, maybe, let's say Kerugoya town. I go open a hybrid shop, then for all your hybrid issues, you're well sorted out. Another person will do the same maybe in the likes of Embu, another person in the likes of Baringo. As in, then now the services will be widely spread and easily accessible to the people who are in the rural Kenya. Another thing is also technical know-how. Let me tell you, a new generation of mechanics are arising, or a new generation is arising. And now with a new generation, it comes with a lot of diversity. So yeah, in the next few years, we'll be having quite a number of specialists or technicians who know how to go about dealing with hybrid issues, and at the same time, they will be widely spread out, so you won't have any issues. So yeah, in conclusion, when I talk about the best EV car to buy in Kenya, it depends with your locality and your usage. What do I mean by locality? Just like I've previously said, if you're based in town, major towns, Nairobi, Kisumu, Mombasa, and you're always covering a short distance, maybe on a daily basis, plug-in hybrid is the way to go. It will serve you well in terms of the kilometer range it's giving you, and at the same time, in traffic jam and everything, you're well sorted out, right? For the non-plug-in hybrids, if you're going for longer distances, it will sort you well, especially with the Nissan Note e-Power. It will do really, really awesome. All right? So yeah, but even in the rural areas, kindly for now, bear with us and deal with the ICEs. At least with the ICEs, you've got easy access to services and also to technical know-how. But as we advance, because every day it's an advancement, all right? Things are changing drastically. The more we progress, the more things will go on improving, all right? So for now, the best EV car to go for is all about you. It's you to decide based on your locality. Another thing I want to caution on, there's some people when you call out on a car, they take it personally. They feel like you've offended them. All right. And now they want so much to like or hate a car depending on the hype. Understand one thing. Maybe you whoever owns that car, maybe you've got no issue with buying an entire battery pack, right? That's because money is not an issue. But then how about you give the facts as they are to everyone so that they can know exactly what are they dealing with, what exactly awaits them. And facts are facts. You have to call them out because the truth has to be told. It has to be set firmly on stone. So yeah, for the EV cars, well, if you're in cities, you're good to go. But even in the rural areas, kindly take time until you can easily sustain an EV car in Kenya. Finally, if you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider subscribing. This is where I share informative and educative car content in depth and in detail. And this information that I share over here is not only beneficial to you as a car owner, but also as a car driver and as a potential car owner. So kindly consider subscribing and I'll highly appreciate it for real.